This year's project comes from New York City around 1950, and we based it on the figure of the American composer, enigmatic figure John Cage, and the composers around him. During the 30s and 40s, Cage had made a lot of music using just percussion instruments, and then adding instruments to the ensemble we wouldn't normally consider to be musical, like electric buzzers, bits and pieces of cars from junkyards, brake drums, thunder sheets, all kinds of things. He seems to be asking us with these pieces what the distinction is between a musical sound and a noise. And you probably know he went on to allow everything into the realm of composition, including silence. And he made the famous silent piece called 4 minutes and 33 seconds around this period, 1952. You may not know that composition itself is in 3 movements, all marked tacit. It's not a joke, actually, but he came to it from a kind of logical procedure. But that's what, so one frame of what we're doing was based on using objects as musical instruments. Some of them are musical instruments, but some of them, as you see, they're just, we've got bits of paper, rulers, and you'll see when we show the project. The second idea that comes out of this was about notational ideas, how you write sounds down, especially if you're combining sounds or musical sounds with noises. And in this regard, we use this score by Feldman. I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit distant, but it's just a series of squares on a graph paper. Really, it looks more like a mathematical drawing than anything. But it's actually a series of events for musicians to interpret. So it defines a few things, like roughly which pitch, it's middle, high, or low, but the musician actually has to choose the pitch themselves, so they're contributing to the process of composing. The last element we've put together, if some of you have been before, in the past I've done a lot of things with silent film and making accompaniments for them. I used film this time for a completely different reason, was to ask the participants to really listen to the sounds that they were going to use. And I thought film could be very useful here, and we took over the photocopying room in the music department, which is about 6 feet square, maybe a bit 8 feet square maybe, and we got all 10 of us, I think, into the room. I thought this could either be chaos or it could work as I wanted it to, and it was the latter. I've never seen a group of LE kids so well behaved in a tight space. But what we did was to spotlight some of the sounds we were using. I got them each to wear white gloves, as you'll see. And because it was sort of like a production scenario, there was someone on lights, someone on the camera, someone operating the object we were filming. I think it made them concentrate properly. And so we worked with these sounds, and I put a little soundtrack together that is the equivalent of a score like this. So instead of replacing some of these blocks of events with sound, you'll see there are actually images that we've shot. So I think the rest of it will probably explain itself. I'd like to thank Hannah a lot, because she helped a great deal with this project in the background, operating stuff and making it happen, because it's been, well, interesting one to do. So I hope you enjoy it. They're not very long pieces. I've given them titles just based on some of the objects that we shot. In the first one, we make a feature of pasta being poured onto a metal plate. In the second one, someone suggested using the game Kaplunk. So I went onto Amazon and managed to get hold of one. So you see the whole opening passage is someone playing that game, and it kicks off the second film. So this is LE1. If you're ready, let's see what happens.